What's up, my loves? It's your girl Diamond. I'm back with an all new episode of Family or Fiancé. You guys did not get a video last week because this is the weekend of Labor Day. So last weekend was no episode. This weekend was a new one. This was a really good episode. I really enjoyed it. It opened a lot on both parties, and both parties came out really good. So let's get into it. So we see Erin and Amanda. They met at Pride, but it wasn't a complete meetup. Amanda saw Erin, and she recorded her. And 4 months later, she slid in the DMs and said, "Hi, I have a video of you." So Erin took it a chance and said, "Okay, I'll go out with you." So they are engaged, and she proposed to her at Pride because Pride is Erin's element, which I found very sweet and very that's so nice. The fact that it was some place where you guys both had the ability to be free with who you are and who you are attracted to and how you express yourself. I enjoyed that. I really did. So both of them want to be able to create healthy boundaries with their opposite families, because this is the first time both families are meeting with each other. And they want to get the support because the majority of both sides is the fact of, there are two women in the relationship and they don't support it. And for Erin, she wants her family or her mom to let go of the artificial and superficial stuff that they have. So when they met with Tracy, they walked inside the house, they saw everything, they had their meeting, and she said, "Okay, so how long have you guys been together? What was the reason of you guys getting married?" So obviously through the infatuation, the lust, and the first giddy that you feel when you're with somebody, that end up passing, and it led into love, and this is the woman that I want to be with for the rest of my life. And she asked them, "Have you guys have both dated women throughout your life?" Or they said no. They both have dated men in the past. So I'm like, oh, that's really cool. Just that they be open and say, this isn't just, a straight girl turning a gay girl, something they have on those lines. So both of them have dealt with both parties of opposite sex in their life, and they both have found love with their significant other, which is each other. As far as coming out, Amanda doesn't have a coming out story. She just felt herself and did not need to say anything, but she has heard some very tragic stories, so she's happy hers wasn't like that. And for Erin, she has come out more than she can count, and every time she comes out, her mom believes that it's a phase, it's something she's going to grow out of. And since her mom is very religious in the Bible, she keeps on re-educating her on what the Bible says. And apparently her father was the same way, but he did a complete 180. He has a great relationship with Amanda. He likes her. Amanda doesn't have a good relationship with her mom. It's very non-existent. She was raised by her grandparents while her mom had her other siblings, but we're going to find out more truth about that later on. And she always pushes Erin to have a better relationship with her mom than she does her, because she feels like there's no hope for mine, but you guys have had a better relationship partial to us being together. And Amanda even said at one point during their relationship, when she was about to prepare to propose to Erin, she told Erin's mom to let her know, and also that she have her blessing. But I don't think Erin's mom answered. She was crickets, and then she must have hung with the phone. But turns out they've been together for 5 years, been engaged for the last 2. So when it reached that 3-year mark where Amanda was thinking about proposing, the mom had to have gotten comfortable with the situation. But I believe that Erin and Amanda have been in their love boat for so long that they wanted to protect their space and their mental before inviting everybody else in, especially their opposing families. But you would think that at some point the mom would have gotten comfortable with Amanda being around. They were together for so long. We'll see. So family meeting is coming up, and the task that Tracy gives them is cakes and questions. So Erin is going to be partial to tasting potential wedding cakes while answering questions that Amanda's family have. And Amanda is going to be playing fears in a hat. So Erin's family is going to put all types of fears or questions they might have about the relationship in the hat, and she will answer them. On Erin's side, we got her father, Will, her mother, Stephanie, and her brother, Julian. On Amanda's side, we got her mother, April, and her twin sisters, Aaliyah and Alicia, who are very beautiful girls. So when the family arrives, they're welcoming both sides. Erin is definitely, loving towards Amanda's family and kind of vice versa. So they just want to understand them better. So we get to the concerns. So on Erin's side, her father, he said, what are Amanda's financial goals? Where's the growth? How do you see yourself, and who's going to take on the responsibility, because marriage is a 50-50 commitment. Her mother, Stephanie, she says she doesn't know Amanda. She wants to get to know her. And once you marry, you don't just marry Erin, you marry the family. Julian, his concern is he doesn't know Amanda. This is the first time he's meeting her, and he wants to know if she's ready to marry. We get Amanda's mother, April. Her concern is there wasn't enough time to understand her lifestyle. Enough time for them to process, accept it, and understand it better. So when it came out she getting married, it was a double whammy. So now we have to figure out how to understand this, but we need to get past our relationship first before we can get past this. Her sister Aaliyah, her concern is, can the family combine and be together for this union? This is the first time we're meeting them. And she also wants her and her mom to have a better relationship as well. Her sister Alicia, she's concerned about other people and their safety, how they look at them, have, make remarks about them. And that's where her concerns are. And also her mom and her to have a better relationship. So we get to the task. The first question was asked of Amanda. Can you be more engaging with Erin's family? She said right now, no, because we haven't set any healthy boundaries established, particularly towards the mother, Stephanie. She treats Erin like she's still her little girl, or that she's still single. And Amanda doesn't feel comfortable engaging with her any further. So the dad wants to say, okay, give me an example of a boundary. She said that my example of a boundary is the time you call Erin. It will be like 3 a.m. You will call her, and it could be erupting bedroom time. Would you have done that if I was a man, or if she had a husband? Because I feel like I'm not getting respected as a partner. When she said that, it made me think, do y'all really be treating Amanda like she's nobody? Because 5 years, you guys have not had no type of interaction whatsoever in the course of the relationship. Amanda and Erin have been so to themselves this entire time without none of y'all meeting up at one time. And for the mom, you treat your daughter like she's a little girl. I get it, that's your baby. She gonna always be your baby. That's nothing gonna change. But she is an adult, and she is now about to be a wife to someone. So you need to respect the relationship, respect who she chose as a partner, and not make sly comments about her being single. The whole thing about calling. What time does the dad call her? If he calls her around 10 o'clock at night, either they up or they doing something else. Respect time frames. That would be good. Respect the time frame that you call your daughter. Get it. You want to talk to your daughter, nobody's stopping you. But respect my household. Like she said, you could be interrupting bedroom time. But would you guys do that if I was a man? Would you respect the boundaries if I was a man? If I'm a woman, I'm not feeling respected as a partner, which I can understand. And the dad understood it. He said, got it. So Amanda's family, they asked Erin, how old are you? 30. She turned 30 last week. Happy birthday. How long y'all been together? 5 years. They didn't know. Shock. That the family didn't know the length of them being together, the age. I'm like, what have they been doing? Y'all really don't know what's going on? And Amanda even said earlier, oh no. Nope, I'm skipping. No, am I skipping? I hope I'm not skipping. I don't think I'm skipping. No, yeah, I'm skipping. Okay, we didn't get that part yet. So they want that, they want it to be better between Amanda and the mom, because family events might come up, and we don't want it to be awkward between the mom. And she said, I know, I'm trying to get it better so we can start doing that more. So what is the financial plan? She had just started becoming an entrepreneur, and it doesn't get away from her normal job. And the dad is pretty much proud of that, how you guys have both been open, and you guys are doing it together. with the way how y'all work with finances, because it's really good, because financial woes could definitely break and hurt a relationship. If there was one thing you think I should know about you, what would that be? So Erin says all the glitz and glamour is definitely me. But at home, I am a total teenage boy. I am gross. I wear sweatpants. I don't like putting on makeup unless I'm going somewhere. So if I really feel like I have to go somewhere, I will put on makeup. And not, I'm not going to do it. So it was asked, what are the steps of building a home? She says it's been a challenge because Erin is a junkie. Erin is careless. And it comes to a point where the things that we have worked so hard for is being treated disrespectfully. Like, we just spend money on this couch and you putting mustard stains on this? I totally understand. I really get it. The things you work so hard for, the things you say, the things you've been putting in your cart and you ready to pay for it, the minute that you act nonchalant with it, it's like these things don't come free. These things always got a price, and the minute we break this, we got to pay more to get it fixed. So we need to cherish the things that we work hard for, which I can definitely understand and get where a man is coming from. So Erin's mom, Stephanie, she's not taking lightly what a man is saying about her daughter. And then she wants to say, usually when you're dealing with somebody who's set in their ways, you have to pretty much adapt to their routine. She said, no, I don't. That's bad. I'm not finna condone, I'm not finna enable somebody else's bad behavior or somebody else nasty responsibility of how keeping herself clean, keeping the house clean, keeping the stuff that we buy neat and is lasting longer. I'm not finna do that. And Erin is telling them that they're concerned about the safety of them being in a relationship. So she says, I'm the one that usually stands up and says something. Every slur I hear or y'all crossing that line, I'm the one that gets up and starts to fight. And Amanda has to hold me back. So they're very happy that they hear how she protects both of them and how she feels, just as much of, don't snoot your nose at me because I'm with somebody that I love. That's my life, not yours. So what are the plans for the wedding? She said, honestly, we don't have any plans because we haven't really been receiving help on neither sides of the family. Not financial. Just like folding napkins, help prepare for the place settings, stuff like that. So Amanda wants to be involved. Not Amanda. Amanda's mom. Nope. Erin's mom, Stephanie. She wants to be involved in those types of plans, but she's never been asked. Amanda says, I believe it's hard for Erin to accept your intentions, because the way that she describes your relationship as of late has been superficial when you try to be involved in her life. Now, at the whole time, Stephanie is taken aback about things that's being said by Amanda. She is taking no punches. She is saying it exactly how she wants to say it, exactly how Erin had told her. And she's like, listen, this is what she's telling me which woman to do. So it was expressed about, why don't your mom accept you? Is it because of the time frame of the relationship? She said no, it's because the religious belief. This is where the rocky road started, because of who she decided to date as a partner. So Erin's mom said when she came out to me, she said, you guys are getting married. She said, my stance on that, and I believe that type of union. And Amanda said, okay, if I don't know why you would think your relationship is so close that would not affect it. Like, she understands your stance on how your beliefs and that, but you still couldn't have, still listened and supported her before you started to chime down what the Bible said. So we get to the family dinner. Everybody's eating, talking amongst each other. We're talking about how did everybody else's task go? Was it good? Was it bad? So Amanda's family feels better knowing that there was a little bit more about the relationship. Having to know they've been together 5 years was a missing piece, but it's been good. And Erin's family, it led to hearing that she's messy. And Erin agrees, but Stephanie doesn't like that. She said, you have to adapt to the other person's behavior. And Amanda's not here for that. She said, in there, we all got to take responsibility. And Erin did not do this by herself. This came from somewhere. Growing up, she had a lack of responsibility. She had a lack of doing things simple as chores. And the mom is like, that's not true. But I felt like Amanda stood in what she heard. She stood in what she said. And I felt like she was taking no punches. She was not afraid if it hurt the other person's feelings. She did not care. Because I felt like I'm not mad at Amanda for saying that. And then that we all got to take responsibilities for things we've done. I'm not finna be living with somebody who lives in a pigsty. That's not gonna work for me. But since she's telling me how she lived her life, I can't put it all on her. This came from somewhere. And Erin's mom, Stephanie, she says, I don't like hearing that my daughter is messy. She said, both of my kids were raised to pick up after themselves. She said, okay, that's different than having a responsibility. Erin said the majority of her childhood was to be a good kid. You did not, as far as picking up what? You told her to probably, put her bowl in the sink and that's it. You didn't tell her as she got older, she's going to learn how to clean her own room. You didn't tell her when she gets older, she's going to have to learn how to fold her own clothes, wash her own clothes, learn how to wash her own clothes. When you are using something in the kitchen, wash the dish. You did not teach her how to be responsible for herself as she got older. And in the midst of hearing that, and pretty much Stephanie is feeling like it's blame on me for not, look how my daughter ended up. Erin chimes in and said, listen, I want to clarify what she's saying. She's saying that at the end of the day, you did not raise a bad daughter. That's not what she's saying. She's just saying that as growing up, I really did not have much to do. You did not, not let me or teach me how to learn how to take care of myself. Teach me on how to make myself look neat and clean. You did not do that. And of course, it could be she's from a different background. Amanda is saying, that's true, but that's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is you had lack of responsibility and you are lazy as an adult to this day. And Erin's dad comes in. He says, all right, let me put some truth on my end. While she was growing up, I did pick up after her because she was my baby girl. I'm like, oh, daddy, I get it. But come on. At some point, you can't baby your kids all your life, no matter how much you want to. They're going to have to grow up and figure out things for themselves. But you are going to have to teach them how to do that. That's just like you did everything for your son or everything for your daughter. And by the time she gets out and out in the world, she don't know how to pay a bill. She doesn't know how to balance a check, but she don't know how to open an account. Don't know what a debit card could be used for. Don't know nothing because you guys felt like you could do it all for her and she never had to. That's not good. And she says anyone can see that this didn't come from somewhere. This didn't come from nowhere. This came from somewhere, and let's be honest about it. Majority of childhood, and at the end of the day, she goes straight to Stephanie. I want us to have a relationship. I want us to be genuine, and it's not going to be genuine if you're not going to be transparent. Because Stephanie is definitely feeling some type of way. This is all coming out of Amanda's mouth based on what Erin has told her. So apparently, there's been some mixed signals because she felt like I thought we were developing something good, and then she said we never had nothing good together. She said we didn't. We've never had no time together. She said, what about Thanksgiving weekend? That was a good weekend. She was like, no, it wasn't. Oh, so that was just me? Again, mixed signals. We're getting out mixed signals. So there was an argument that transpired on Thanksgiving weekend, but was never clarified what the argument was. She said, y'all had a big blow up, and then that was it. Amanda said, we had an argument? She said, we did. Oh. And then, of course, That where left off, and there was the end of that scene. But something was missing from that conversation. What argument was it? Because apparently it turned off Stephanie's perception of Amanda and made her push away even further to get to know her. Thanksgiving weekend, I don't know how many holidays I've had together, but if y'all had a recent Thanksgiving weekend, then what's the problem? So Amanda and Erin have a one-on-one conversation, and Amanda felt like Erin was quiet throughout her conversation with her mom. She did not chime in and confirmed nothing. Erin said she stayed quiet because she felt like that was never a type of dialogue she had seen before. But they've talked about this at home. At home, we have talked about stuff like this. So why aren't you speaking up now? And she feels like sometimes the relationship between her and her mom is unhealthy. It's not honest. She's not honest. So she's definitely surprised about how things have been said if they didn't have a good time in that land. I thought we had a good time, no? So then Erin wants to compare Amanda's relationship with her mom. She said, I don't know why you keep on comparing my relationship with my mom between yours. You have had a close relationship with your mom early on childhood till now. I didn't. I have a non-existent relationship with my mother. So there's no correlation. You cannot use this. And she's afraid that in this sense, she could lose her mom because of her beliefs, her stance, and the rocky road that they've been on. So Erin is trying to protect her mother's feelings at this point, but Amanda said, what are your feelings? Because at the end of the day, your mom has not asked you how you felt this entire time. She's never turned to you and said, how do you feel? Or what have I said that made you feel this way? She never does that. So, well, how are you feeling about this, Erin? You're the only one that hasn't said nothing about how you feel. And your mom is just going straight at Amanda, thinking that Amanda's saying this out of nowhere, but she's not. This is how you felt. So, and Amanda feels like this has nothing to do with her beliefs. This has something to do with the fact of, you're about to share your life with someone. And she's not going to be a part of it if she doesn't want to. So day 2, session with Tracy. They're discussing what happened at dinner and how the family received information left and right. Amanda's family received it good, but Erin's family kind of like became a turtle, sucked in the shell and became quiet and tense and taking it in, but not expressing how to take it in. So then we get to the conversation about Amanda, how she felt like her mom never sacrificed anything for her growing up. She never did the things you were supposed to do to care for a child. And she felt like at the end of the day, I don't need her. She made that very clear when she would disappear. And I felt like the only one in my life is my grandmother. That's my mother. I'm like, oh, that's so sad. But Tracy said every girl wants her mom at the end of the day. And you should, trust yourself to give her that. And she doesn't know what her intentions are, which is why she's afraid. So they set up a private mother-daughter session with Dr. Romani, a doctor that Tracy brought in for both of them, Amanda and her mom, and Erin and her mom. So they end up with Erin. She talks about the breakdown in the relationship when it came down to her coming out. When she told her mom, she said her mom shouldn't tell nobody, and she felt like she was ashamed of her. They came to the point where if I would talk to you, you would think it was just a phase and that you won't accept it. When the proposal occurred, Amanda asked me, was I going to call you? I said no, because in my wedded bliss, you would have ended it. I would have not had my private moment no more. And you would have been at my wedding, but it would have been a title. And it wouldn't have been about how Amanda has brought me happiness. She's brought me, joy and love. And she brought me to a place where my life is better. So Erin's mom is believing in her belief. She's not going to change it, but she's going to start loving Erin for who she is. And she's not going to stop supporting her when it came down to her coming out. And apparently the mom had a lot of things going on, so she couldn't handle hearing that her daughter was gay, but something else happened. But she wasn't trying to tell Erin not to tell nobody because she felt ashamed. No, I just wanted to process it better so I can express to you how I felt better, not how I did it before. So she felt sorry that she did not communicate how she felt in that moment. She's sorry that she made her feel like her daughter was not important, or who she was dating was not important, or who she is was not important. She felt completely sorry about that. And I feel like I believe her, but I don't know what was so busy that the mom felt like she could not understand. I know it's going to take some time. I get that, but damn, how long would it take you? Never mind. I'm not even going to do that. I'm not. So, we can answer, so now we get to Amanda. So now we can answer Amanda's questions with her mom. She felt like I made it easy for you to not want to develop a mother-daughter relationship with me because you was never there. And I never said nothing because I felt like I accepted it early on that you did not want to be a parent to me. She said you would disappear for years and would call on the weekend and say, hey girl, how you doing? And then you were gone. Her mom agrees. I'm like, ooh. She said she said it like this: I was a selfish bitch all my life. I'm like, oh shit. She's laying it all out there. She said, I will find other things in my life that was more important and worth more of my time than paying bills and being responsible adult for my children. So everything Amanda's saying is 100% true. I'm like, oh Lord, what is happening? We are reaching a breakthrough, and I've never thought I would see a parent admit the things that she said. So the fact that she is taking responsibility in this moment is amazing. But the therapist and the entitlement that you've had early on for you to try to come in and take over her life, or come in and try to be a mother to her, it wasn't ready. She wasn't receptive of that yet. And you didn't take accountability like this before. And she said, Amanda's not sure she wants her mom in her life because she's afraid that if I let you in, you're going to just leave. So I want you to take a step back. Take baby steps with me. So Amanda and her mom are going to take steps, and the mom admits that she did not raise any of her kids. So after she had Amanda, had the twins, who raised them? The grandparents too? Oh my goodness. She said I was not wrapped tight. My mind was not here. And she felt like I didn't deserve to raise you. I wasn't even trying to. And she said I didn't deserve to live, and I wanted to kill myself and have tried. I said, Lord. I think I teared up in this moment because this is really sad. She's recognizing that she was not that parent. But I want to know how is it that Amanda is feeling like this, but the sisters aren't? If she didn't raise them. So what breakthrough did the sisters have that Amanda didn't have? And Amanda was the oldest. Oh my Lord, that sounds like me. Because I did not have that closure conversation with my father, why he did not participate in raising me. But he has definitely been a able-bodied parent to the rest of his children. That's crazy. That's crazy. So this was a surprise and very, saddened that Amanda heard this from her mom, and it definitely, surprised her because her mom was never this vulnerable before, and it stemmed from how Amanda takes things. She said my mom will always just, take it and say that was the past. She'll say, "Oh yeah, I did that a long time ago. We're not talking about it right now." She always just, kept going, never looked back, never addressed it, just kept going. Say it's over, it's done. We're not talking about this no more. So it's really surprising and scary to hear that from her mom. So Erin surprises her mom with a bridal fitting and going dress shopping. The dresses that she picked were very beautiful. And the mom was crying because, like she said, she wants to be a part of the process with her. So going dress shopping with her was definitely a first step in the right direction. And they are going to look for great more memories and more moments with them. So we get to day 3. They're expressing their tasks with their mothers and led to opening of first steps in better places. Amanda felt like I was releasing my vulnerability of wanting a mom and sharing it with Erin, and I trust her to be the person to listen, support me, and understand where I'm coming from. Because Amanda said I was speaking up for the younger Amanda in me that really wanted her mom secretly, but was afraid to ask. And she felt like it grown our relationship even better, and I couldn't ask for a better partner. And she can trust Erin with how she feels. And the bridal shop was the first time it felt like her mom has heard her, has accepted her, and it's a turning point, and she could trust her with her feelings. I love that. I really do. So it gets to the blessing ceremony. Everybody says yes. And it was a pivotal moment all the way until we get to Erin's mom, and she asks her, "Listen, I did not know Amanda, and now that I know her, and now that I can see how you guys interact with each other, it's a lot of love here. God got us, and you guys definitely have my blessings." Erin's mom was like, this was about more acceptance. More acceptance. So the majority of the process was to get the relationship between the mothers really good. I felt like so Erin and Amanda really didn't have no issues at all, but to how their relationship was between their mothers, which I enjoyed very much. It was a very blessing and very beautiful moment for all of them. So we get to the end of the episode. We saw a flashback and update of them. So both Amanda and Erin have improved their relationship with their mothers. And they have, respected each other's boundaries. So the boundaries that Amanda and Erin have asked have been met, and they have been working on them. So we get now 4 months. In 4 months, they're going to be excited about celebrating their weddings with both of their families. I was so happy to see that at the end. This was a really good episode. It talked about how the relationship between a mother and daughter is so sacred, so beautiful. You go through a lot of things in life with each other, and you want to have that bond that you guys can have with each other. But that's it, y'all. That's all I have for tonight. Please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to my channel and share my content.